tank erection work. The Kingfisher oil fields development has evolved, reaching some significant milestones after CNOOC Uganda Limited and its joint venture partners signed the final investment decision. Land for the construction of different facilities was acquired and compensation was fully made. Cash and in-kind compensation, like resettlement houses for all families, were built and handed over to the project-affected persons. Construction commenced for different aspects of the project, leading to the development of facilities such as the camps, well pads, the central processing facility, and feeder lines, followed by the delivery of the rigs and installation. Spudding was done in January 2023. There have been promising drilling outcomes, with 7 wells drilled in pads 2 and 3. Drilling operations, coring and on-site works are continuing, achieving total footage of approximately 23,000 meters. Other noticeable activities include a base station and permanent camp, solar turbine transportation, EPC3 tank erection work, and EPC4 pipeline trenching. CNOOC will actively promote the LPG integration plan, which will gradually achieve the strategic transformation towards a green and low-carbon energy supplier. A camp integrated hydropower project has been set up, which will result in carbon dioxide emission reduction by 3,156 tons. CNOOC has continued to contribute to the Belt and Road, people-to-people exchanges, enhancing China-Africa friendship and promoting the building of a community with a shared future for mankind. CNOOC collaborates with various Ugandan universities to enhance graduate employment curriculum design and research. We have signed agreements with several institutions to support scientific research and develop talents in the oil and gas sector. CNOOC, in collaboration with 5 other Chinese companies on the Kingfisher project, spearheaded a drive that led to the donation of $500,000 to upgrade the infrastructure of the Entebbe Welfare School. This is the largest donation to education in Uganda.
On behalf of the Ministry of Education and Sport, I would like to extend my gratitude to CNOOC Uganda Limited and the contractors of Kingfisher oil fields for your commitment to the cause of vulnerable and challenged children.
CNOOC sponsors international scholarships, sending Ugandan students to study in China. Under this program, a total of 11 students have been sponsored and 8 have since graduated and are currently working in the oil and gas industry.
This scholarship to me is a dream come true. I always wanted to receive a first-class education from a good school, and CNOOC has provided me with this opportunity, this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
CNOOC focuses on training and certification programs for skills needed in the oil and gas industry, which promotes local employment and strengthens Uganda's logistics and industrial capacity. Over 150 contractors and more than 3,000 individuals have been trained in various oil and gas skills. The company collaborates with local vocational schools to provide welder training, significantly contributing to Uganda's professional welding sector.
They took the initiative to sponsor us who are underdogs, and they want to put us somewhere. We thank them a lot. There's nothing much we can give them, but maybe use the skills properly so that they can also feel they have done some impact in the Uganda we have now.
CNOOC Youth Employment Support Program has trained over 350 local youths in various vocational skills, improving their employability and living conditions. These trainings cover welding, heavy truck driving, heavy machinery operation, engineering construction, and other skills needed in the oil and gas field development, as well as driving, tailoring, and hairdressing, among others. CNOOC invests in projects to improve community living standards, such as providing clean drinking water to over 13,000 residents in Buhuka flats, carrying out medical camps and building resettlement houses with modern amenities for 56 households. We have also invested $620,000 in maintaining critical roads and enhancing public safety. Livelihood restoration programs include donating livestock and teaching scientific breeding methods. We also work closely with the Confucius Institute of Makerere University, supporting events like the Chinese Bridge Competition and the Sound in My Heart Chinese Song Competition. CNOOC also organizes activities to celebrate Chinese culture, such as the Spring Festival. These efforts enrich cultural communication and foster mutual understanding between China and Uganda.
CNOOC Uganda Limited is committed to education and capacity building to fulfill its vision of energy for Uganda.
Good morning, everyone. You are welcome to the CNOOC Online Enterprise Development Program. This is week 2, and this is day 6 of our online training. We thank you for always being here with us, especially you, our online audience, both on Twitter and YouTube. You are welcome once again to this new week. I hope you've had a very nice weekend. It is somehow raining where I am, but I think where you are, everything is okay. Today, we shall again continue with our training. Remember, we started the other week with quite some good, interesting topics. Someone was here, a consultant was here, Mr. Senoga, teaching us about taxation, FRIS, auditing. Then we had Lydia was also here, teaching us about business accounting. There is quite a lot that we really learned. Then Gloria was here with branding and marketing. So I think the SMEs out there and very many other Ugandans are following this training, because we want at the end of it all for you to be at least experts like these consultants. We want you to be experts in this field so that you can carry out your business very well without any interruptions, without any excuses saying, I don't know about taxation, I don't know how to make my business better, I don't know how to be compliant. The reason that's why CNOOC Uganda decided to sponsor this training is because it wanted the people, especially those in the oil and gas sector, to benefit and do business very well. So here today we continue with a consultant, an expert who has been in this thing for quite some good time, and today she will be teaching us about entrepreneurship and innovative thinking. Our guest today is Shira Kasemire. Shira Kasemire is having a very huge profile, as you will all know. Shira Kasemire here is doing project management and business strategy consultancy. Shira is a banking professional, and she has been in that sector for 18 years. She looks younger, but she has been in the sector for 18 years. Shira is a certified project professional, is a certified strategy professional. Shira has a master's and PGD in financial management, ITIL V3 certified, and very many other quantitative economics. For those that understand that side of economics, know it. Shira is also a member of CSP Community Canada and is a member of PML USA and PML Uganda. Shira is a member of Rotary International. When I talk about Rotary International, Rotaracts out there are real and I really understand. Shira is a mentor and a coach, and it is the reason that's why she's here to mentor and coach you. Shira is also a business owner. She owns Home Divas Interiors and Cassie Land Stores. She does decorations and she does all that kind of work when it comes to events, if you want your event to be kawa. Anyway, let's get back to our main topic here. We thank CNOOC Uganda for sponsoring this, and I'm sure very many people are out there. Join us online, share our link, share to all your friends, share in those WhatsApp groups, share on Facebook, share everywhere, and even those that are following us live on Twitter, please share, retweet, comment. I want us, by the end of the first topic, I want us to have as very many questions as possible. Follow, send in a comment so that Shira can answer you. So right now, I'd like to welcome our guest. And Shira, you are welcome on, we cannot call it a show, we welcome you on this training session, and our viewers out there in the small, those SMEs are just waiting to hear from you. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, moderator. Thank you, Michael. Good morning, viewers. You're most welcome to today's session. Today we will be discussing entrepreneurship and innovative thinking. For the first session, we will be understanding what entrepreneurship is, its role to the economic growth of the country. We will also be discussing entrepreneurship, entrepreneurial mindset. What mindset must you have as an entrepreneur, and how it affects you doing business. We will also be discussing entrepreneurial opportunities within the oil and gas sector, as well as how do you identify business opportunities generally, regardless of the sector. We will also be discussing how to formulate a business idea, and we will also be sharing some case studies. So I encourage you viewers, get a pen, get a notebook, so that you're able to pick some lessons. So to begin with, we want to understand what is entrepreneurship. What is its role in the economic growth of the country? Entrepreneurship is the activity of setting up a business or businesses, taking on financial risk in the hope of getting profit. We have, an entrepreneurship is the activity of setting up several businesses. Again, similar, taking on financial risk in the hope of making profit. An entrepreneur is therefore called someone who does this particular business or businesses. We have a couple of examples globally as well as locally. We have people like Bill Gates, we have Mark Zuckerberg, we have very many, Elon Musk, several businessmen. Here at a country level, we have Sudhir, we have Patrick Bitature. But interestingly enough, I want to tell you that even the owner of that grocery shop where you go buy sugar, salt, is an entrepreneur. They have started a business, they have invested in it, they are taking financial risk in the hope of making a profit. So an entrepreneur is basically someone who, as I've said, starts up a business or businesses. So what is the role of entrepreneurship on the economy, and why are we encouraging it? We are encouraging it, and that's why this whole program was initiated by CNOOC Uganda, to help SMEs and also individuals out there who haven't yet started business, to encourage you to start business. Why? Because of the impact that entrepreneurship has on the economy. Entrepreneurship creates jobs. It creates employment opportunities. Entrepreneurship promotes development. Every time an entrepreneur comes in a particular area, by the fact that they are setting up a business, they are promoting development in that particular area. Even at a small scale, even at a big scale, they are promoting development in that area. Entrepreneurship aids in wealth creation. Yeah. So by setting up a business, as we have mentioned, taking on financial risk, hoping to make profit, you are aiding in wealth creation. Entrepreneurship increases tax revenue. As a country, when we have very many entrepreneurs, when we have very many businesses springing forth, our tax revenue will increase as a country. And ultimately, social benefits. There is improvement in standards of living because of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship encourages innovation. Every new thing that you see today is as a result of an entrepreneur who was willing to take on risk, and then you as a customer or a beneficiary of his entrepreneurship, you have been able to utilize the innovation that he has employed. But before we go very far, I wanted to share with you certain interesting statistics. The youth unemployment rate in Uganda in 2023 was 4.5%. You may say, oh, 4.5% is quite low. But can you imagine that around 400,000 young people are entering the labor force every year? And of the 400,000 workforce entering the labor, young people entering labor force, only 52,000 jobs are available. That tells you that almost only barely above 10% are able to get jobs today. I remember when we were going to school, we were always told, study hard, get very good grades, and then you'll get a job. But today, even if you get very good grades, it's not a guarantee you'll get a job. We have very many first-class students on the street looking for jobs. So in as much as you're studying, you're making sure that you get the good grades, it's good for a country to encourage entrepreneurship, to resolve the unemployment rate, so that we reduce the competition to those particular jobs. Entrepreneurship, data from the National Labor Force survey that was conducted in 2021 indicates actually that unemployment in the females is actually higher than in the males. And it's higher in the urban areas more than the village areas. So what does that tell you? Today, statistics will show you that the statistics between female race and male race is actually higher. We have more women than men. But you can imagine, with that statistic, we have more women who are unemployed than men. So this is just to show you that we're encouraging you to embrace entrepreneurship. Today you may have children, girls, and you want them to be able to have a living of their own. That's why we're encouraging entrepreneurship. In 2024, Uganda was ranked 159th out of 193 countries, according to the United Nations Development Program. And this improvement is actually from the previous year, which was Uganda was rated 166th position. And the improvement has been attributed to the rise of small and medium enterprises, to the rise of entrepreneurship, to the rise of income levels, to the rise of education, to the rise of health facilities. But most important, to the rise of income levels that are resulting out of small and medium enterprises. And that goes without saying. We have a survey that was done according to the Uganda Trade and Development, where Uganda's gross product, SMEs are accounting for 80% of Uganda's gross product. 80% of Uganda's gross product. So today, if you are not yet an entrepreneur, we are encouraging you to embrace entrepreneurship for the sake of the economic growth of the country, but also for your own sake. Improvement in your lifestyle. Instead of sitting home looking for a job and failing to get a job, ask yourself, what can I do? What can I do to change my life? What can I do to change my community? What can I do to change the country? So that's why we're encouraging you to embrace entrepreneurship. Now, why is it crucial in the oil and gas sector? Today, we are on a program, online development program, that's being sponsored by CNOOC. And the encouragement, the intent of this program is that Ugandans will be encouraged to invest, to be entrepreneurs within the oil and gas sector. And the only way that Ugandans are going to benefit from this oil and gas sector is through entrepreneurship. I remember when we first heard that oil has been found in the country, people were excited. Oh my God, Uganda has oil now. But let's not just stop at that excitement. As Ugandans, let's not let other foreigners come and benefit more out of this sector. As Ugandans, let us embrace entrepreneurship and say, okay, this sector is new. How do I embrace it? How do I enter it? How do I benefit from this particular sector? This training is for you. And that is why the training was actually initiated. Can you imagine? The target is to retain 40% of the total investment in the sector to Ugandans. This is expected to be about, 40% is expected to be $20 billion. And the intention is to retain this within Uganda, to retain it among Ugandan nationals. So I'm encouraging you today as a Ugandan to embrace entrepreneurship and especially take on the opportunity that is right here before us, the oil and gas sector. But before we go very far, there's something extremely important that we need to discuss about entrepreneurship: the mindset. Your mindset has to be right. Just like I said, when they first announced that oil was coming to Uganda, I'm sure very many of us were excited. And we said, and some of us could have said, but those things are for those big companies. Those things are for those rich men. Those things are for, the mindset plays a very important role. So how you think will affect your actions. So we want to address the entrepreneurial mindset and characteristics of successful entrepreneurs. One of the wisest books has a quote: as a man thinks, so is he. As a man thinks, so is he. As you think, so are you. And from that very wisest book, James Allen said, as a man thinks, as he thinks, so he is. And as he continues to think, so he remains. As you continue to think, so you will remain. I would like to make mention of a statement that it's in local dialect. It says, Toli mwavu, omutwogo gwe mwavu. I may not pronounce it well, but you get the message. Toli mwavu, omutwogo gwe mwavu. So your mindset plays a very important role. As you think, so you will be. So today we want to address the mindset, first of all, of an entrepreneur. And I believe this is one of the reasons why some people have succeeded in being entrepreneurs and others have folded their hands and done nothing. Okay? So a mindset is a set of beliefs, a set of attitudes. What is your attitude today? A set of habits that will foster innovation, foster resilience, and foster adaptability in business. So what is your mindset today? Are you someone who, for example, as you're moving around, maybe leaving your home, are you asking yourself, what can I do to improve people's lives? What can I do to improve my life? Or are you someone who is saying, the government will help us. The government will help us. Your mindset has to change fast. And after your mindset has changed, your actions will then change. You need to be a person who recognizes opportunities. An entrepreneur recognizes opportunities. As you're walking maybe from your home, and it's maybe a couple of kilometers from there to a particular health. For example, you don't have a health center near you, and you're walking miles and miles to access health services. Immediately, your mindset should tell you that there is an opportunity there to start up a clinic, okay? So that you bring health services nearer to the people. So you have to be a person who thinks about opportunities as an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, you have to be someone who is willing to take on risk. If you do not take on risk, you cannot become an entrepreneur. As we mentioned, that you're taking on financial risk in the expectation of a profit. So you must take on risk. If you're risk averse, you will never be an entrepreneur. And that's the difference between those who fold their hands and those who are willing to make a change. An entrepreneur has to be innovative. You have to be innovative. You have to think outside the box. You have to think outside the box. What can I do different? What can I change? And that is what makes you different. That's what makes you an entrepreneur. So you need, instead of just going through life without thinking creatively, you need to be thinking, how do I change things? How do I innovate new solutions? As we go on today in the session, you'll actually see certain people who thought of how to do things differently. And owing to that, they have become entrepreneurs. An entrepreneur has to be a constant learner. You have to constantly learn. You have to constantly be on the research, finding out what is new, what do customers want, what is the growing trend. You cannot just say, me, I started my business several years back and that is it. No, you have to be constantly learning. I've read somewhere about habits of the rich versus habits of the poor. The poor watch TV, the rich read books. So you need to be someone who constantly reads, who constantly learns, who attends trainings, such that you're able to see what can you do differently for your business, or if you haven't started your business, what can you do differently to create a business. An entrepreneur needs to be resilient. The journey of entrepreneurship is never easy. You need resilience. It is never easy. There will be tough times, there will be easy times. So you need to be a resilient person. You need vision. Vision is very, very important. One of the books I have read actually quotes, without vision, the people perish. So I want you to ask yourself today, what is my vision as a person? What is your vision as a viewer? What is your vision as an individual? What is your vision if you have a business? What is the vision of your business? It is very important for you to know what you want to achieve, when you want to achieve it, and why you want to achieve it. Very important. What is your vision? Because vision will drive you when times become tough. Vision will keep you motivated when times are hard. Lastly but not least, an entrepreneur is one who networks and collaborates with others. You do not, the world is full of many people, yes, but you cannot live in silo. You can't live individually. You can't live alone. Your business cannot operate alone. You need to network. You need to collaborate with others. And that is what will make the difference in your business. Or if you haven't started a business, through networking and collaboration, you will be able to get business ideas that could completely transform your life. So as an entrepreneur, to recap, you need to recognize opportunities. You need to be resilient. You need to be innovative. You need to take on risk. You need to constantly learn. You need to collaborate. You need to have vision and to also be resilient. So why is this mindset very, very important? This mindset is very important because it is going to help you to navigate uncertainty. As we have said, the landscape of business is difficult. Sometimes you will have it going smoothly and sometimes you will have difficulties. Sometimes you may encounter unforeseen circumstances. So you need to have the right mindset so that you're able to navigate the uncertainty and also unforeseen circumstances. You need to have the right mindset so that you're able to foster innovation. As we've said, what creativity can you bring? What different can you, how differently can you even do, even if you've been doing the same product, how different can it be? How can you package it differently? How can you sell it differently? You need to be thinking innovatively. So your mindset will help you to foster innovation. The right mindset, because you have a vision, it will help you to attract support. I find it's interesting how so many people say, for me, I have no one to help me. I want to start a business, but I have no one to help me. But what's your vision? What do you want to achieve? What's your business idea? Today, if you met a billionaire, if you met an investor, are you able to articulate your idea in just a minute? Are you able to articulate in just a minute? Are you able to articulate it so that you can attract support? So the mindset, the vision, having a vision. Don't be a business owner without a vision. You need to have a vision. And therefore, it will attract supporters. It will attract investors. So it's very important for you as an entrepreneur to have the correct mindset. And the correct mindset, as I mentioned earlier, will be able to sustain motivation. You will need motivation. to be and to walk this journey of entrepreneurship. So having the correct mindset, constantly learning. And today we live in a very interesting era of information. There is a lot of information. That cell phone that you have is the richest tool you could ever have. You can go to that cell phone. Some of us are using the cell phone for just entertainment, to create TikTok videos, to create social media, be on WhatsApp, do what. But your phone is a very powerful tool. So it can help you to learn, to constantly learn. And as you're constantly learning, your motivation is up there. Trust me, if your motivation is ever low, what you need to address is your information. If your motivation is low, address your information. You need to generate more information for you to be motivated. Learn about other people doing your same business. Learn about what they are doing right and what they are not doing right. It will help you be motivated. The right mindset will help you build resilience, as we've mentioned. Because of learning what other people are doing, learning from companies that have been resilient, you as an individual, you will be able to build resilience as an entrepreneur. At this point in time, let us just explore a few characteristics of successful entrepreneurs. There are certain characteristics that they all have. If you critically sit with any of them, today if you sat with Patrick Bitature, if you sat with Sudir, if you sat with whoever, there are so many, they will tell you, you will be able to see certain characteristics about these particular people. Number one, passion and perseverance. Successful entrepreneurs have passion. I encourage you, viewers, if you do not have passion for a particular business, do not start it. You need passion. When you have passion, you will work your business without even feeling the effort, even the challenges that come. You'll be willing to address them. So most successful entrepreneurs have passion. If you do not have passion for something, do not start the business. I remember at one point I heard that if you do not love ice cream, do not start an ice cream business, because you will not succeed in it. You will not do it with passion. And the moment you encounter challenges, you will not be able to persevere. So perseverance actually results from the passion that you have for your business. I started my businesses. I have two lines of businesses. I started my businesses. One of my lines of business is home interior decoration. I started that business because I love neat spaces. I love to see nice, neatly set places. So that's why I started that business. I started my Castle beauty store because as a woman, you want to look good. And I felt that there are other women who also want to look good. So I deal in hair accessories that help women to look good. So you have to have passion for you to undertake the business. You have to be visionary, as we've already mentioned. Visionary in leadership. You have to have a vision as a person. What is your vision as an individual? And what is the vision of your business? Why are you doing that business? Yeah, so you need to ask yourself, why am I doing it? What is my vision? Where do I see myself in the next 1 year? Where do I see myself in the next 3 years? Where do I see myself in the next 5 years? Do you ever sit down to write it down and say, where do I see this business in the next 5 years? Where do I see this business in the next 10 years? So today I encourage you, write down the vision of you as an individual and the vision of your business. Lastly but not least, continue learning and adaptability. To continually learn is very, very important. And if you're on this training today, we encourage you to even train more. And we actually applaud you for your efforts to drive your life to an improved place by continually learning. And adaptability, being able to adapt to changing needs and preferences, changing circumstances, changing every other day. Things are changing. Customers' needs are changing. Everything is changing. Technology is changing aspects. Technology is changing businesses. So you need, as a person, to be able to adopt to the new changes as a person. So with the correct mindset, viewers would like to take you through what are some of the entrepreneurship opportunities within the oil and gas sector. But before we go far, as I mentioned, as an entrepreneur, you need to cultivate the habit of reading. One of the best books I have read is The Richest Man in Babylon. Cultivate the culture of reading books. I had a gentleman one time say that the solution you're looking for is tucked away in a book somewhere. The solution to your life, the solution to your problem, to your business problem is tucked away in a book somewhere. You only need to look for that book and to read that book. So one of the best books I've read is The Richest Man in Babylon. It is written about a man in Babylon. And before we go very far into opportunities, I wanted to bring this quote to you to trigger your mind. He actually says in the book that opportunity is a haughty goddess who wastes no time with those who are unprepared. Opportunity is a haughty goddess who wastes no time with those who are unprepared. So opportunity is not going to look for you if you're unprepared. Opportunity will look for the prepared. Some people say they are lucky. There is no luck. Viewers, there is no luck. Opportunity will chase those who are prepared. Some people say that person is maybe born in a rich family. My friend, there is no luck. You need to prepare yourself for opportunity to find you. And you need to prepare yourself for you to be able to utilize the opportunities that there are. Yeah. So, but before we go specifically into just sharing with you some of the entrepreneurship opportunities within the oil and gas sector, we felt that it's very important for us to show you how to identify an opportunity. Today, you may be on the program and maybe specifically you don't want to invest in oil and gas, but there's another sector you would like to invest in. So again, this training is to help you because, as we said, the training is to help Ugandans to embrace entrepreneurship. So how do you identify opportunities? Number one, there are just three that we have shared. Ways, and there could be many more others, but there are just three that we have shared for this training to guide you in identifying opportunities. Number one, what is the market research? What is the growing trend? What is the growing trend? I would like to give an interesting example. Today, you will not, if you wake up and you want to create a post office, will it be relevant? I don't think so. Why? Many years back, we were writing, we used to get letters, physical letters. You even had to get a physical letter from one end to another. But today, people send emails. Yes, there are still some physical packages that must come physically, and that's why you see we still have DHL. But the business level that DHL had, that those post offices had so many years back, is incomparable to what they have today. So you have to research what is the growing trend. Today the growing trend is digital. It's digital. If you are going to start a business, even if you already have your business, you need to be asking yourself, how do I digitalize my business? Because that's the growing trend, digitalization. How do I make my business digital? And to make things even more applicable, we had COVID hitting the economy. And those who had digitalized their business continue to make money even in COVID. So today the growing trend is digital. Digitalization, digital transformation. So you need to ask yourself, what is the industry trend? What are people doing in this particular area? What are people doing? So that you do not come up with an idea that is off, completely off, okay? You need to analyze. If you have an idea that you want to run, you need to ask yourself, Are there any other people who are doing this business? What is the competition like? Are there any other people who, if there are people doing the business, what are the strengths that they have? Are they selling cheaper? Are they having more people? Are they having economies of scale? You need to identify what their strengths are. You need to identify their weaknesses. Why is it that it is not penetrating this, this market? I look at, there's a petrol station that has really come up, and today you will not move very many kilometers without finding it. Starbucks. Starbucks has hit the country. It is almost in every corner. So you have to ask yourself, what is the competition like? Because in the past, we only had a certain, you know, set of companies. But today we have very many in that sector. I mean, in that particular line of business. But you need to ask yourself, who are the competitors? Who are doing that business? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Very important. What is the opportunity that there lies into this particular line of business that I want to pursue? Maybe the competition is offering the product highly, I mean at a high cost. So you say, okay, I will come into the market with a lower price to cut the price down. But how will you balance it with the cost of production? You need to do that homework. So what are the threats of your industry? You need to ask yourself, what are the threats? Opportunities and threats are external. Strengths and weaknesses are internal. So strengths and weaknesses of the company, opportunities and threats of the industry, of the business that you are doing. So you need to find out. Okay, you need to ask yourself also, what does the customer want? Remember, an entrepreneur is taking on risk to make profit. So what does your customer want? You need to ask yourself, what does the customer want? What are the customer's pain points today? Okay? You need to network to be able to identify opportunities. If you stay in your house, you will not be able to get opportunities. You need to network. You need to connect yourself. When there are sessions of workshops of entrepreneurs, go for those workshops. You will learn something. It's very important to network with different people. As I mentioned, your phone is a very powerful tool. Who are you networking with on your phone? Are you just chatting with your boyfriend, girlfriend, my OB, OG? What are you networking? Who are you networking with on your phone? Okay? So you need to embrace networking to be able to identify certain opportunities. Okay? You need mentors and advisors. Every time you come up with an idea, there is a lot of information online. There is actually online, there is a free tool called Business Mentor, where they will connect you to so many mentors in the line of business that you want to pursue. So they are able to advise you what to do and how to prepare your idea well. Lastly but not least, problem-solving mindset. I love this one. Why? As an entrepreneur, remember you are there to make a difference. So identifying a problem and identifying solution to that problem is important for you as an entrepreneur. I one time had a rich man say that if you want to be rich, you need to identify a problem that affects very many people and affects people deeply. That way you will become rich. If you identify a problem that affects very many people and affects people deeply, for example, the early example I had given, you realize that in your locality, there is no health service. Who doesn't need health services? Today, you will wake up and you have an emergency. Who doesn't need health services? Whether you have money or you don't have money, when sickness hits your door, you will have to access health services. So you can imagine this is a problem that is affecting very many people. If in your location you don't have a clinic, it is affecting very many people and deeply because no one wants to die. Yeah. So you need to identify a problem. What is the problem that I am trying to solve? Okay. And if I'm trying to solve it. How creative am I going to be in solving this particular problem? As I mentioned, technology and trends are defining a lot of problems. Today, very many people are so busy, but they would like to go to Chikubo to shop certain things. Do you know there is an app called Chikubo Online? So technology is coming in to resolve, to address certain problems. It could be customer inconvenience that you're trying to solve. But at the end of the day, you are trying to solve a particular problem. And that's what makes you an entrepreneur. And that's what makes you be able to identify the opportunity and be able to utilize it. Yeah. So since this program was geared to, encourage entrepreneurship opportunities within the oil and gas sector, many of us would think that in the oil and gas sector, as I said, it's very easy for people to assume it's for those big companies, CNOOC, Total, Shell, those companies to invest in. But did you know that all those people who are in the Albertine region will definitely require accommodation? They will definitely require health services. They will require hospitals. They will require pharmacies. They will require clinics. The constructions that are going there, they are civil works. Therefore, they will require cement, hardware services, construction materials. They will require cement. They will require, because they are people, they will require stationery. Because they are people, they will require IT services, safety services, security services, human resource services. This is to mention but a few. What we are saying, there is a lot of opportunity within the oil and gas sector for you to take part of as an entrepreneur. And all these services, and even many more, as we said, we've given you the trick of how to identify an opportunity. Take time, go to the Albertine region and do your research and find out what is available and what is not available. It is your opportunity to then come up with a business idea. So this is just to mention but a few. So we're encouraging you viewers not to just sit back and say, let it be done by those ones. No, we're encouraging you to be able to take up these opportunities. The good thing, on this very program, last week, we had consultants talk about the pre-bidding, talk about the contract management. So they taught you how to even position yourself to bid for the services and to also be able to attract the contract. Yeah. So with that said, we want to also help those of you who wish to formulate an idea, a business idea. Some of you are already entrepreneurs, as we've said, and all we are sharing is the opportunity for you to invest in oil and gas sector. But others on the program today, you're not yet an entrepreneur. You've not yet started a business. Oh, you already have a business, but you want to diversify. You want to start a new business. So we want to just take you through how do you formulate a business idea and just share with you certain case studies. We've come up with case studies in three different industries for you to pick an idea from. But before we go far, one of the richest men in America, he's called Richard Branson, founder of the Virgin Companies, group of companies. He said a business is simply an idea to make other people's lives better. Yeah. So as we discuss business idea formulation, I need you to ask yourself, how do I make other people's lives better? As I said, there's a rich man who said, if you want to become rich, identify a problem that affects very many people and affects people deeply. Yeah. If you identify a problem that affects many people but does not affect them deeply, your business might work, but not to a very large extent. Identify a problem that affects very many people and affects them deeply. A business is simply an idea to make other people's lives better. So what are you trying to solve? What problem are you trying to solve today? Yeah, will be extremely important for you as you are formulating your business idea. Another quote, Maria said, never start a business to make money. Start a business to make a difference. You know, people will not buy from you because they want you to make that money. People will buy from you because of what you are offering them. Because of what you're offering them and how it is making a difference in their lives, they will buy from you. Never start a business just to make money. Today, if you start a business, for example, selling babies' clothes, for instance, there's no one, for as long as humans are on earth, children will be born. Babies, humans will be born. So if you start a business to help mothers, for example, when they have just given birth, to help them have just the sufficient things for them to help their child, you will make money. You will definitely make money. So start a business to make people's lives better. Just like I've given you the example of the health service. If you don't have a health service near you, if you don't have a bank near you, you could start a business that helps you. You're an agent bringing financial services near your neighborhood such that people do not have to drive miles and miles to access a bank. So start a business to solve, to make people's lives better. And I believe that's why you see mobile money is a game changer, for example, because it was initiated by MNOs, those are mobile network operators, to bring services, financial services, monetary services to your convenience. Yeah. So start a business to make people's lives better. Great companies start because the founders want to change the world. Great companies start because the founders want to change the world, not necessarily to make money. The secret to business is to know what someone else does not know. As we said, do your homework. Find out, am I the first one? Okay, why haven't other people, been interested in this particular initiative? Why am I the only one who is interested in this initiative? Yeah? Why aren't other people interested in this initiative? So you need to do a complete assessment. Yeah? There is no shortage of remarkable ideas. Viewers, there is no shortage of remarkable ideas. It's not about the idea, it's about making it work, making it happen. There is no shortage of remarkable ideas. But what is missing is the will to execute those ideas. I one time had a statement by a wise man as well. He said, the richest place on earth is the grave. The richest place on earth is the grave. And why? It has a lot of ideas that were never executed. So I would like to encourage you as a viewer that don't let your grave, that that size, go with the ideas that you have. Be able to execute. Okay? But we'll take you through how to formulate your idea. One, you need to recognize the opportunity or problem, as we've said. A business must always be created either to resolve a problem or give extra service to a customer. You're either resolving a problem or serving a customer according to their needs and preferences. Okay? So recognize your opportunity and problem. Identify market trends. Actively research your customer needs and problems and preferences. Then move to decision. But before you make the decision, conduct a comprehensive and balanced analysis of your idea. conduct a comprehensive and balanced analysis of your idea. And once you're done and you're still convinced it's going to work, make the decision. Don't procrastinate. Okay? Don't procrastinate. Every time you procrastinate, someone else could jump on your idea and do it before you. So one, conduct a comprehensive and balanced analysis of your idea. And if you are convinced about your idea, implement your idea. Make the decision. Start. Okay? But before you even start, after you've made that decision that you're going to take on that business, plan. Okay? Plan. Ask yourself, how much money do I need? What people do I need? What regulation do I need to register this idea, this business? Okay? And once you have formulated, you have gathered the finances, you've gathered the people you need, you've gathered the regulation that you will need to put in place, then you're able to execute your idea. Put your idea into action. Why am I saying this? There are so many people who come up with very beautiful ideas, but the ideas remain at idea level. It is important for you to execute. Very important for you to execute. As I said, if you don't execute, someone else might execute your idea. And when you have executed your idea, we have been emphasizing continual learning. So continuously monitor your idea. Is it working? If it is not working, how do I solve what is not working? Not how do I leave it? No. How do I solve what is not working? Okay? I would like to give an example. I personally invested one time in a business. And why it's important for you to conduct your analysis, to understand your customer, understand their need, and also invest after doing a comprehensive analysis. At one point in my life, I was told, you know, whenever someone is coming to you with an idea, they'll always project it as, this is very profitable, you're going to make a lot of money. So I was given such a proposition to trade in cattle. To trade in cattle, taking the cattle, going to the village, picking the cattle, coming to town and selling it. Basically trading cattle. So I jumped on the idea. I was very excited. I did not do. Was it a good idea? Yes, it was a good idea. What was it addressing? Of course, today you all want to eat meat. We all like meat. So it was addressing a need. But I did not do my homework. I did not do a comprehensive analysis, balanced analysis of the idea. So I jumped onto the idea, got very excited. I did not even know how much the particular cow should cost me vis-a-vis how much I should sell it. Imagine, but I'm going to trade. So I jumped on the idea, invested money, went, bought the cows, bought the cattle, transported them very many miles, very many kilometers, very many miles to where I was supposed to sell them. Viewers, when I got to the selling point, the price they were giving me for each cow was 1/10 of what I had purchased it. So I made a loss. Why did I make a loss? In as much as it was a good idea, in as much as it had benefits, it had customers, I did not do my homework. I did not research. I did not do a comprehensive and balanced analysis of the idea to find out what cows do they want. How much should I buy the cow? Vis-a-vis, how much are they going to give me? I didn't do all that analysis and I lost money. So we want to encourage you to, yes, it's good to get excited about ideas, but do your homework. Go research about the trends, research about the customer idea. I mean, what does the customer want? Research about their preferences. Research about how much would it cost you? How much would you sell? Do a complete research. It will help you. Okay? At a high level, we want to also basically share with you types of businesses. We have 4 types. We have the sole proprietorship, where you're just an individual, you start your own business, liabilities on you, it is you and you alone. Yeah. Then we have partnerships, where you gather maybe 2 or more people as friends and you become partners and you start your business as a partnership. Then you register it as a partnership. Okay. Then we have limited liability companies, where now you incorporate, you register the company as a company, you incorporate and register it. Okay. You're limited, so because you're limited, the liability is definitely shared. Okay. Then we have corporations, which is also, as we said, it's a complete separate legal entity. Yeah, you come together and it is created by shareholders. You come together, you create this corporation, and of course run your business as a corporation. The tax implications of all these 4 different businesses are different per business. But last week we had a tax consultant who shared a lot about taxes, and if you do have any questions about the tax implications of each of these types, Vector Energies is able to connect you to the consultant to ably advise you. But most important, viewers, is you need, once you have developed your idea and you are satisfied with the research you have done about your idea, and as you have mobilized your resources, mobilized your finances, mobilized the people, it is extremely important for you to register your business. Okay? Business registration in Uganda is actually done by URSB, and their website is extremely rich. There are very many benefits of registering a business. When you register a business, you get legal status. When you register a business, you safeguard your business name from another person taking it. When you register a business, you formalize it. Yeah, and it helps you to gather, to be able to secure funding, because no one wants to fund something that's in the corridors. No. So when you register your business, you formalize it, and therefore you give it opportunities to expand and to also be able to attract investors. So it's very, very rich. It's a very rich website. I encourage you to go there and find out how you register your business, and how, if you don't have if you're starting it as a sole proprietorship, how do you register it? If you're starting it as a company, how do you register it? This is very quickly. You conduct a name search, you pay the registration fees, then you receive a certification of registration, and if any of those particulars ever change, you're able to also file in a change of particulars. If you're transferring now, changing from a business to a company, there's also requirements that you need. All this can be found on the URSB website, which is extremely rich. We want to share some case studies. Yeah, case studies of entrepreneurship for you to learn a thing or two. There are 3 sectors that we would like to share. We want to share about mobile technology. Why have we chosen digital transformation? As I said, the world is going digital. Today, your phone is the richest tool you have. The extent of technology advancement has actually reached the point of all the apps on your, most of the apps on your phone are actually using artificial intelligence. That just shows you how the world is going digital. Everything is going digital transformation. So we want to share a few case studies about digital, specifically mobile network. It will teach you a thing or two about entrepreneurship. We also want to share about financial services. I am a bit biased because I'm in the financial service industry. So I would like to share financial service a case study, and also oil and gas sector. Okay, so we will begin with digital transformation. If you are in a certain age group, you will be able to know that there was a giant in the mobile technology sector called Nokia. So many years back, Nokia was such a giant. If you held a Nokia phone, you were treated prestigious. Nokia phone those days is equivalent to actually people who hold iPhones today. Nokia was a giant. And it created the first, cell phone. It created the first cell phone, not smartphone, cell phone. So there was, and the iconic phone was actually 3310. And as I said, if you held it, it was very prestigious. But Nokia, along the way, did not recognize customer changing needs and preferences. So the customer began to express need. Those days, the customer would hold a phone, a cell phone, and would also hold a camera to take pictures. So customers began to say, wait a minute, instead of holding a phone and a camera to take pictures, I would like to have photos on my phone. So when customers began to express different, preferences and needs like this, companies like Motorola picked on that idea very quickly and delivered the very first smartphone. Interestingly enough, the very first smartphone, the investment that was done was $100 million. And the phone, just one phone, that one phone was $4,000. Very huge, large and heavy, but it costed $4,000. And guess what? It only allowed 30 minutes of talk time. So, but along the way, in as much as this was created in 1983, cell phones have now evolved, okay? They have evolved and we have smartphones right now. But the key lesson to learn is Nokia was slow to adapt to changing customer needs, customer preferences. It was slow. And because it was slow, it has now just embraced smartphones. I remember when their smartphone first came, I was one of those people who loved Nokias. So I bought a Nokia smartphone. But with time, WhatsApp could not work. All those apps could not work. So they did not embrace the technology advancement that was happening, as well as the changing customer need. Another good example is WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a technology. Today, most of you are on WhatsApp. WhatsApp was founded in 2009. At the time WhatsApp was founded, there was just messaging, You could get your cell phone and you just send a message. And it would take time because technology, network, all those things. And so this gentleman sat down and said, but wait a minute, why can't we simplify messaging? Let's create an app that allows people to message. So at the time they created it, Facebook had already been created, but Facebook was not really being utilized for messaging. So because of that, the owners of Facebook decided, they noticed that WhatsApp was taking all their customers, and therefore they embraced and decided to partner with WhatsApp. They bought WhatsApp. Okay? Another critical example is Airbnb. Airbnb is a mobile app that has revolutionized the travel industry. If you're someone who travels a lot, one of the things that you'll be very worried about is where you're going to stay, accommodation. So Airbnb has revolutionized accommodation. Today, even an individual like you and I can be an entrepreneur through Airbnb. You and I can be an entrepreneur. I know someone who's making a lot of money out of this. Yeah? Offering offering their houses into this particular service. Yeah? So what are the key lessons we can learn from this case study? One, entrepreneurs need to continually research their industry trends, market trends, changing customer needs. Two, entrepreneurs need to be adaptable. You need to adapt to the market trend. You cannot say, I'm a giant. No, you need to adapt to the changing customer behavior. And lastly, but not least, innovation and resilience. Innovation, we see it from Airbnb. They were not scared to innovate something new, and it has worked. And we see resilience from Nokia. Despite the dip they encountered, they are back creating smartphones. Resilience is very, very important. Okay? We will also quickly discuss a case study in financial services. Today, a research was done in 2021 that indicated only 10% of Ugandans have accounts, bank accounts, only 10%. And whereas only 10% have bank accounts, 53% have accessing mobile money, mobile money services, 53%. So the banks began to ask themselves, what can we do? How can we financially include everyone? How can we increase our penetration, our financial penetration? And owing to this, an idea was engineered, that is agent banking. Yeah, an idea was engineered, agent banking. So we collaborated, the financial services then began to collaborate, yeah, to be able to serve customers even at the farthest places. So they engineered an application that can help you access your financials through an agent. So today, what are the key lessons we are picking from this? Entrepreneurs need to constantly and continually recognize opportunities. Why are we saying this? At the time agent banking came, there are people who were skeptical. People were like, I cannot partner. But there are people who embraced agent banking and they've partnered with banks. And now they are a bank, basically. They are a bank, they are financial service to the people in the environment. So you need to recognize opportunities. And today, these very people, some of these people are like mobile money agent, but now he or she has become a bank agent. They have had access to training. They have had access to networking with powerful people just because of the opportunity that they are using. Okay? So entrepreneurs must be willing to take calculated risks. Entrepreneurs must be willing to adopt partnerships. That's what we are saying. Adopt partnerships. An agent is partnering with mobile network and also partnering with a bank. Okay? So you must be willing to adopt partnerships and collaboration as an entrepreneur. Since this training is geared to oil and gas, we just want to share a few oil and gas case studies as well. Steve Enger, founder and CEO of Edge Energy, said, where I really see opportunity for entrepreneurs in the service side of things. It can be software. Someone could have a better mousetrap for how something is done in the back office. It can be an improvement to a process. It can be an improvement to drilling of wells, production processes, facility design, to mention but a few. But he was saying that the opportunity he sees in the oil and gas sector is especially on the service side of things. Okay? So there are some case studies. We are Uganda as an African country. There are several countries that have gone before us, especially that have developed oil and gas sectors. One of those countries is Nigeria. Another country is South Africa. And there are two interesting case studies we will look at from Nigeria and South Africa as well. Seplat Petroleum Development Company was founded in Nigeria in 2009. And this particular company was founded to address a challenge. Nigeria's oil industry was dominated by multinationals, and there was a significant gap in the local ownership. So this company focused on acquiring oil and gas assets from those major companies and looking to divest in the region and leveraged on local knowledge. Because they knew local knowledge, they leveraged on it, and they built a business. They built a company. So today, this company is actually the largest indigenous oil company in Nigeria, all because they looked at the challenge that the industry was dominated by multinationals and decided to invest. Yeah. So as an entrepreneur today, you could be the very, similar case of Seplat. There is another company called Civil and Marine Limited in Nigeria as well. This particular company specialized in civil engineering and marine services. They looked at the problem where there was a the problem was unreliable supply chain for materials, unreliable supply chain for labor, and they decided to focus on that area. They decided to develop a system that was going to help with local supply chain. They decided to develop a robust logistics system to streamline procurement and distribution process as a company. And this resulted in improved processing, improved project timelines. So our very own neighbor, Kenya, M-Pesa, decided to, M-Pesa is a mobile money platform developed by Safaricom. This company decided to address payments, to address traditional banking systems, and they decided to integrate with oil companies to facilitate payments to suppliers and local contractors. You can imagine payments on your phone, technology on your phone to be able to to pay quickly and secure transactions without needing a physical bank process. So opportunities are enormous. Another one is in South Africa, as I mentioned, iOil. It's a field IT solution, software to help in managing operational data, in managing compliance, managing projects, managing, you can imagine the platform allowed mobile applications so that the field workers can report data in real time. So by doing this, they are solving the inefficiencies in production, they are solving inefficiencies in compliance reporting, but at the same time, improving data management. Lastly, but not least, there's another interesting one by Axela, a company in Nigeria also. Due to the high reliance on diesel generators in oil operations, this particular company decided to invest in solar-powered solutions to supplement the energy needs in the remote oil fields. Solar. So by supplying solar, they integrated it with natural gas, and they are providing a sustainable energy mix and also resolving the high costs. So these examples are just to show you that there is a lot that we can do as Ugandans. In the sector, there is a lot we can do if we go and identify the opportunities that there are at the moment. And I want to close with a quote from George Bernard Shaw that says, "Do not wait for the right opportunity. Create it." Thank you very much, viewers.
Thank you, Sheila, for this wonderful presentation. We are not waiting for the opportunity, and I think for now, we'll make sure that we create the opportunity ourselves. I have picked a few, I have highlighted a few points here. You talked about innovation, and you said entrepreneurship fuels new technologies and efficiency, improvements, economic impact. Entrepreneurs create jobs, boost local economies, and stimulate investment beyond just profit, overcoming challenges the sector has, high entry barriers, but these create opportunity for specialized solutions, supportive policies, technology and sustainability. You talked about the new technologies, you've talked about the applications, uh, strategic partnerships, future proofing. You know, I have made some highlights, and these are really very important for our viewers out there who have been following. Hope you are really gaining and really learning something from the presentation by Sheila. Because of her vast experience, she has told you, I think, more than what she's supposed to tell you, and I think you guys out there are learning. I see very many of you on our YouTube. You are really following. I see Muonge Kasim. Muonge Kasim, thank you for following us. Gloria Nabweteme. Gloria had a question, but before I go into the question session, there is a Wanikan Purity Consulate from Purity Zake Laboratory Surprise says, good morning, everyone. Shida, thanks for that awesome presentation. Enokalands is just saying hello to everyone here. Kitiamwei Sadonoman, this one just said good morning to Shida. He forgot that Shida has a production house here and very many other people. At least just say good morning to Vectra and CNOOC. That is also important. So we have Akampwera Evelyn is just saying hello to everyone here. Naivali Hilda says thanks for the insightful presentation. Yeah, but before I go into these other questions, there is a Gloria Naweteme here saying, Shira, that has been a very wonderful presentation. Are there organizations that can support female entrepreneurs? That is Gloria. Gloria wants to know whether there are organizations that support female entrepreneurs. She comes in with that feminist question.
Okay. Yes. The organizations that are supporting female entrepreneurs. Today, there is actually even Innovation Village that is supporting innovative ideas. Even banks themselves, we are supporting female entrepreneurs. We have financial institutions that have tailored female financing solutions to encourage female entrepreneurs.
May we know about some of them, because our viewers out there want to know these opportunities?
Yes, opportunities to be able to access funding. Okay, you have a good idea, you may be an individual or a couple of people, you're able to walk to a particular bank and then present your business plan and proposal. And in the next session, we'll actually be discussing how do you present your business plan. So once you present your business plan and also your projections, okay, how much you're projecting to make, okay, and what is your idea going to solve, then you'll be able to discuss with investment bankers who can even advise you on your very idea.
Okay, that's very good. I have Juma here. Juma from SETA. Juma, I don't know what you do. How is technology changing the entrepreneurial landscape within the oil and gas sector?
I think we've discussed that, those particular case studies we've shared. And in the next session, there's actually a specific area where we are leveraging technology in the oil and gas. So he will be able to see how technology is actually impacting the oil and gas specifically.
Here there is another question. How can entrepreneurs balance the drive for economic growth with the need of sustainability in oil and gas?
Yes. And indeed, today, as an entrepreneur, as you're thinking through your idea, you must beware of sustainability goals, okay? You must bring solutions that are not going to pollute the economy, the environment, okay? solutions that are not impacting social, solutions that are not impacting governance. Okay, so it's very critical for you to be aware of the ESG, that's the term, ESG, standards and regulations. And for you to be able to implement whatever idea you're implementing should be compliant to ESG.
There is another question here. Could you share examples where small or medium-sized enterprises have significantly impacted economic growth in basically the oil and gas sector?
Okay. Specifically, as we have discussed, okay, today in the oil and gas sector, I am sure at the Albertine region, there are small, yes, there are small organizations there that are doing health services, okay, doing hotel services, okay. So today, there are so many people in the Albertine region who are accessing hotel services, accommodation services. So those are small examples of entrepreneurship already happening within the oil and gas sector.
Okay. So you've had very many SMEs really getting some good money out there in the oil and gas sector, especially in the Albertine. So you can join, you can be part of those SMEs. This training is basically helping you to learn quite something good that will help you be there in the sector. Then there's a question here. What opportunities exist for entrepreneurs focusing on clean energy? I think that will be answered by Vectra. What are the primary barriers for new entrants into the oil and gas sector? And what strategies can mitigate these?
We'll address that in the next session.
Okay.
Yes.
How can partnerships between established SMEs and new entrepreneurs drive growth?
Yes, we are encouraging partnerships, okay? So how do you create a partnership? First of all, you need to know, what do I want to do? What partnership do I want to embrace? Because we are encouraging you to have a vision, first of all. If I am going to adopt a partnership, if you do not know what you want, you will not be able to table what you are able to bring to the partnership. So it's very critical for you as a company, first of all, to understand where you are. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are the opportunities? What are the threats? And then after you've done an individual company analysis, then you're able to, to point out who do you need to partner with, first of all. And once you've identified who you need to partner with, then you need to present a proposal of partnership, okay? You present a proposal of partnership highlighting what you'd like to, to partner with and how you'd like to partner with that particular company, yeah? So it's very important, and in the next session, we'll actually be talking about business modeling for you to be able to tell that I will need partnership A. So we will be able to show you how do you model your business, and then you identify who you need to partner with, then come up with a plan of how you can approach them, what is in it for them, what is in it for you.
Okay, Shira, as we before we go for our short break, there is something here. Looking forward, what emerging trends do you foresee in entrepreneurship within this sector?
Technology advancement, digitalization. You see, artificial intelligence is taking over everything. So I foresee the growth of artificial intelligence, even in the oil and gas sector. It's important that we adopt to different ways of handling matters. Instead of having sitting down, developing processes, paperwork, doing what, digital solutions are actually out there to help you automate your processes, automate so many things. There's actually a case study we are going to share that some countries are doing, they have adopted the use of drones yeah, the use of drone technology to be able to survey, aerial survey, what is happening in the fields. Yes.
So finally, how do you see the role of entrepreneurs evolving as the oil and gas industry adapts to global shifts towards renewable energy? Just basically, how do you see the role of entrepreneurs evolving?
Yes, as we've mentioned, it's very important that sustainability, you know, the environmental, social, and governance standards. So as an entrepreneur, even in the oil and gas, the question you need to be asking yourself is, how do I utilize renewable energy? How do I utilize, how do I give products that are acceptable to the ESG? How are my operations alone? Even your very operations, forget about just the product, even your very operations need to be ESG compliant. So it's very, very important for us to embrace this new trend and to align our businesses to it.
Okay, thank you, Shira, for that wonderful presentation. I hope all your questions have been answered. Continue sharing our link. Follow Vectra Energy on Twitter. Follow and subscribe to the link, the YouTube that we are using right now. When we come in for the next session, please continue viewing, continue sending in your comments, continue sending in your questions. Even the questions that have not been answered right now will be answered in our next session. Remember, we shall be continuing with the CNOOC Online Enterprise Development Program.
The Kingfisher oil fields development has evolved, reaching some significant milestones after CNOOC Uganda Limited and its joint venture partners signed the final investment decision. Land for the construction of different facilities was acquired and compensation was fully made. Cash and in-kind compensation, like resettlement houses for all families, were built and handed over to the project-affected persons. Construction commenced for different aspects of the project, leading to the development of facilities such as the camps, well pads, the central processing facility, and feeder lines, followed by the delivery of the rigs and installation. Spudding was done in January 2023. There have been promising drilling outcomes, with 7 wells drilled in pads 2 and 3. Drilling operations, coring and on-site works are continuing, achieving total footage of approximately 23,000 meters. Other noticeable activities include a base station and permanent camp, solar turbine transportation, EPC 3-tank erection work, and EPC 4 pipeline trenching. CNOOC will actively promote the LPG integration plan, which will gradually achieve the strategic transformation towards a green and low-carbon energy supplier. A camp integrated hydropower project has been set up, which will result in carbon dioxide emission reduction by 3,156 tons. CNOOC has continued to contribute to the Belt and Road, people-to-people exchanges, enhancing China-Africa friendship and promoting the building of a community with a shared future for mankind. CNOOC collaborates with various Ugandan universities to enhance graduate employment curriculum design and research. We have signed agreements with several institutions to support scientific research and develop talents in the oil and gas sector. CNOOC, in collaboration with 5 other Chinese companies on the Kingfisher project, spearheaded a drive that led to the donation of $500,000 to upgrade the infrastructure of the Entebbe Welfare School. This is the largest donation to education in Uganda.
On behalf of the Ministry of Education and Sport, I would like to extend my gratitude to CNOOC Uganda Limited and the contractors of Kingfisher oil fields for your commitment to the cause of vulnerable and challenged children.
CNOOC sponsors international scholarships, sending Ugandan students to study in China. Under this program, a total of 11 students have been sponsored and 8 have since graduated and are currently working in the oil and gas industry.
This scholarship to me is a dream come true. I always wanted to receive a first-class education from a good school, and CNOOC has provided me with this opportunity, this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
CNOOC focuses on training and certification programs for skills needed in the oil and gas industry, which promotes local employment and strengthens Uganda's logistics and industrial capacity. Over 150 contractors and more than 3,000 individuals have been trained in various oil and gas skills. The company collaborates with local vocational schools to provide welder training, significantly contributing to Uganda's professional welding sector.
They took the initiative to sponsor us who are underdogs, and they want to put us somewhere. We thank them a lot. There's nothing much we can give them, but maybe use the skills properly so that they can also feel they have done some impact in the Uganda we have now.
CNOOC Youth Employment Support Program has trained over 350 local youths in various vocational skills, improving their employability and living conditions. These trainings cover welding, heavy truck driving, heavy machinery operation, engineering construction, and other skills needed in the oil and gas field development, as well as driving, tailoring, and hairdressing, among others. CNOOC invests in projects to improve community living standards, such as providing clean drinking water to over 13,000 residents in Buhuka flats, carrying out medical camps and building resettlement houses with modern amenities for 56 households. We have also invested $620,000 in maintaining critical roads and enhancing public safety. Livelihood restoration programs include donating livestock and teaching scientific breeding methods. We also work closely with the Confucius Institute of Makerere University, supporting events like the Chinese Bridge Competition and the Sound in My Heart Chinese Song Competition. CNOOC also organizes activities to celebrate Chinese culture, such as the Spring Festival. These efforts enrich cultural communication and foster mutual understanding between China and Uganda.
CNOOC Uganda Limited is committed to education and capacity building to fulfill its vision of energy for Uganda.
The Kingfisher oil fields development has evolved, reaching some significant milestones after CNOOC Uganda Limited and its joint venture partners signed the final investment decision. Land for the construction of different facilities was acquired and compensation was fully made. Cash and in-kind compensation, like resettlement houses for all families, were built and handed over to the project-affected persons. Construction commenced for different aspects of the project, leading to the development of facilities such as the camps, well pads, the central processing facility, and feeder lines, followed by the delivery of the rigs and installation. Spudding was done in January 2023. There have been promising drilling outcomes, with 7 wells drilled in pads 2 and 3. Drilling operations, coring and on-site works are continuing, achieving total footage of approximately 23,000 meters. Other noticeable activities include a base station and permanent camp, solar turbine transportation, EPC 3-tank erection work, and EPC 4 pipeline trenching. CNOOC will actively promote the LPG integration plan, which will gradually achieve the strategic transformation towards a green and low-carbon energy supplier. A camp integrated hydropower project has been set up, which will result in carbon dioxide emission reduction by 3,156 tons. CNOOC has continued to contribute to the Belt and Road, people-to-people exchanges, enhancing China-Africa friendship and promoting the building of a community with a shared future for mankind. CNOOC collaborates with various Ugandan universities to enhance graduate employment curriculum design and research. We have signed agreements with several institutions to support scientific research and develop talents in the oil and gas sector. CNOOC, in collaboration with 5 other Chinese companies on the Kingfisher project, spearheaded a drive that led to the donation of $500,000 to upgrade the infrastructure of the Entebbe Welfare School. This is the largest donation to education in Uganda.
On behalf of the Ministry of Education and Sport, I would like to extend my gratitude to CNOOC Uganda Limited and the contractors of Kingfisher oil fields for your commitment to the cause of vulnerable and challenged children.
CNOOC sponsors international scholarships, sending Ugandan students to study in China. Under this program, a total of 11 students have been sponsored and 8 have since graduated and are currently working in the oil and gas industry.
This scholarship to me is a dream come true. I always wanted to receive a first-class education from a good school, and CNOOC has provided me with this opportunity, this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
CNOOC focuses on training and certification programs for skills needed in the oil and gas industry, which promotes local employment and strengthens Uganda's logistics and industrial capacity. Over 150 contractors and more than 3,000 individuals have been trained in various oil and gas skills. The company collaborates with local vocational schools to provide welder training, significantly contributing to Uganda's professional welding sector.
They took the initiative to sponsor us who are underdogs, and they want to put us somewhere. We thank them a lot. There's nothing much we can give them, but maybe use the skills properly so that they can also feel they have done some impact in the Uganda we have now.
CNOOC Youth Employment Support Program has trained over 350 local youths in various vocational skills, improving their employability and living conditions. These trainings cover welding, heavy truck driving, heavy machinery operation, engineering construction, and other skills needed in the oil and gas field development, as well as driving, tailoring, and hairdressing, among others. CNOOC invests in projects to improve community living standards, such as providing clean drinking water to over 13,000 residents in Buhuka flats, carrying out medical camps and building resettlement houses with modern amenities for 56 households. We have also invested $620,000 in maintaining critical roads and enhancing public safety. Livelihood restoration programs include donating livestock and teaching scientific breeding methods. We also work closely with the Confucius Institute of Makerere University, supporting events like the Chinese Bridge Competition and the Sound in My Heart Chinese Song Competition. CNOOC also organizes activities to celebrate Chinese culture, such as the Spring Festival. These efforts enrich cultural communication and foster mutual understanding between China and Uganda.
CNOOC Uganda Limited is committed to education and capacity building to fulfill its vision of energy for Uganda.
The Kingfisher oil fields development has evolved, reaching some significant milestones after CNOOC Uganda Limited and its joint venture partners signed the final investment decision. Land for the construction of different facilities was acquired and compensation was fully made. Cash and in-kind compensation, like resettlement houses for all families, were built and handed over to the project-affected persons. Construction commenced for different aspects of the project, leading to the development of facilities such as the camps, well pads, the central processing facility, and feeder lines, followed by the delivery of the rigs and installation. Spudding was done in January 2023. There have been promising drilling outcomes, with 7 wells drilled in pads 2 and 3. Drilling operations, coring and on-site works are continuing, achieving total footage of approximately 23,000 meters. Other noticeable activities include a base station and permanent camp, solar turbine transportation, EPC 3-tank erection work, and EPC 4 pipeline trenching. CNOOC will actively promote the LPG integration plan, which will gradually achieve the strategic transformation towards a green and low-carbon energy supplier. A camp integrated hydropower project has been set up, which will result in carbon dioxide emission reduction by 3,156 tons. CNOOC has continued to contribute to the Belt and Road, people-to-people exchanges, enhancing China-Africa friendship and promoting the building of a community with a shared future for mankind. CNOOC collaborates with various Ugandan universities to enhance graduate employment curriculum design and research. We have signed agreements with several institutions to support scientific research and develop talents in the oil and gas sector. CNOOC, in collaboration with 5 other Chinese companies on the Kingfisher project, spearheaded a drive that led to the donation of $500,000 to upgrade the infrastructure of the Entebbe Welfare School. This is the largest donation to education in Uganda.
On behalf of the Ministry of Education and Sport, I would like to extend my gratitude to CNOOC Uganda Limited and the contractors of Kingfisher oil fields for your commitment to the cause of vulnerable and challenged children.
CNOOC sponsors international scholarships, sending Ugandan students to study in China. Under this program, a total of 11 students have been sponsored and 8 have since graduated and are currently working in the oil and gas industry.
This scholarship to me is a dream come true. I always wanted to receive a first-class education from a good school, and CNOOC has provided me with this opportunity, this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
CNOOC focuses on training and certification programs for skills needed in the oil and gas industry, which promotes local employment and strengthens Uganda's logistics and industrial capacity. Over 150 contractors and more than 3,000 individuals have been trained in various oil and gas skills. The company collaborates with local vocational schools to provide welder training, significantly contributing to Uganda's professional welding sector.
They took the initiative to sponsor us who are underdogs, and they want to put us somewhere. We thank them a lot. There's nothing much we can give them, but maybe use the skills properly so that they can also feel they have done some impact in the Uganda we have now.
CNOOC Youth Employment Support Program has trained over 350 local youths in various vocational skills, improving their employability and living conditions. These trainings cover welding, heavy truck driving, heavy machinery operation, engineering construction, and other skills needed in the oil and gas field development, as well as driving, tailoring, and hairdressing, among others. CNOOC invests in projects to improve community living standards, such as providing clean drinking water to over 13,000 residents in Buhuka flats, carrying out medical camps, and building resettlement houses. The Kingfisher oil fields development has evolved, reaching some significant milestones after CNOOC Uganda Limited and its joint venture partners signed the final investment decision. Land for the construction of different facilities was acquired and compensation was fully made. Cash and in-kind compensation, like resettlement houses for all families, were built and handed over to the project-affected persons. Construction commenced for different aspects of the project. The Kingfisher oil fields development has evolved, reaching some significant milestones after CNOOC Uganda Limited and its joint venture partners signed the final investment decision. Land for the construction of different facilities was acquired and compensation was fully made. Cash and in-kind compensation, like resettlement houses for all families, were built and handed over to the project-affected persons. Construction commenced for different aspects of the project, leading to the development of facilities such as the camps, well pads, the central processing facility, and feeder lines, followed by the delivery of the rigs and installation. Spudding was done in January 2023. There have been promising drilling outcomes, with 7 wells drilled in pads 2 and 3. Drilling operations, coring, and on-site works are continuing, achieving total footage of approximately 23,000 meters. Other noticeable activities include a base station and permanent camp, solar turbine transportation, EPC 3-tank erection work, and EPC 4 pipeline trenching. CNOOC will actively promote the LPG integration plan, which will gradually achieve the strategic transformation towards a green and low-carbon energy supplier. A camp-integrated hydropower project has been set up, which will result in carbon dioxide emission reduction by 3,156 tons. CNOOC has continued to contribute to the Belt and Road, people-to-people exchanges, enhancing China-Africa friendship and promoting the building of a community with a shared future for mankind. CNOOC collaborates with various Ugandan universities to enhance graduate employment curriculum design and research. We have signed agreements with several institutions to support scientific research and develop talents in the oil and gas sector. CNOOC, in collaboration with 5 other Chinese companies on the Kingfisher project, spearheaded a drive that led to the donation of $500,000 to upgrade the infrastructure of the Entebbe Welfare School. This is the largest donation to education in Uganda.
On behalf of the Ministry of Education and Sport, I would like to extend my gratitude to CNOOC Uganda Limited and the contractors of Kingfisher oil fields for your commitment to the cause of vulnerable and challenged children.
CNOOC sponsors international scholarships, sending Ugandan students to study in China. Under this program, a total of 11 students have been sponsored and 8 have since graduated and are currently working in the oil and gas industry.
This scholarship to me is a dream come true. I'd always wanted to receive a first-class education from a good school, and CNOOC has provided me with this opportunity, this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
CNOOC focuses on training and certification programs for skills needed in the oil and gas industry, which promotes local employment and strengthens Uganda's logistics and industrial capacity. Over 150 contractors and more than 3,000 individuals have been trained in various oil and gas skills. The company collaborates with local vocational schools to provide welder training, significantly contributing to Uganda's professional welding sector.
They took the initiative to sponsor us who are underdogs, and they want to put us somewhere. We thank them a lot. There's nothing much we can give them, but maybe use the skills properly so that they can also feel they have done some impact in the Uganda we have now.
CNOOC Youth Employment Support Program has trained over 350 local youths in various vocational skills, improving their employability and living conditions. These trainings cover welding, heavy truck driving, heavy machinery operation, engineering construction, and other skills needed in the oil and gas field development, as well as driving, tailoring, and hairdressing, among others. CNOOC invests in projects to improve community living standards, such as providing clean drinking water to over 13,000 residents in Buhuka flats, carrying out medical camps and building resettlement houses with modern amenities for 56 households. We have also invested $620,000 in maintaining critical roads and enhancing public safety. Livelihood restoration programs include donating livestock and teaching scientific breeding methods. We also work closely with the Confucius Institute of Makerere University, supporting events like the Chinese Bridge Competition and the Sound in My Heart Chinese Song Competition. CNOOC also organizes activities to celebrate Chinese culture, such as the Spring Festival. These efforts enrich cultural communication and foster mutual understanding between China and Uganda.
CNOOC Uganda Limited is committed to education and capacity building to fulfill its vision of energy for Uganda.
A rig is a group of equipment that we assemble, we test, and then we commission or operationalize to help us dig the wells, have them under control, have them completed, and get them ready for the production phase.
We have built capacity to handle equipment from the ship up to the last mile in the Kingfisher.
The convoys have been in the range of 15 to 20 trucks and driving all the way from Mombasa to Malaba in about 3 days. Then they would come from Malaba to Mukono, spend a night. Then early morning we would set off from Mukono to Hoima.
We have employed Ugandans, so that's a good way of appreciating and saying, yes, it is possible that we Ugandans, we can be involved in this oil and gas, and we perform excellently.
Welcome back to the CNOOC Online Enterprise Development Program. I am still your host, Michael Wailer, and here with me I have Sheila Kasemili. We are continuing with our training. She has been really very good to us, and you know, for those that have been watching in, they saw and heard and learned a lot when we learned about entrepreneurship. And we will continue with our lecture, our training. I just request that we continue sharing the link. Please share that link to as many people as possible. We are both on YouTube, and we are also streaming live on Vectra Energies on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter, follow Vectra Energy on Twitter, subscribe to this YouTube, because we have many other days ahead, so that we make our 10 days doing this training. Shira is going to take us through another topic, which is business planning. Do you know how to plan for your business? Have you ever planned for your business? Do you know how to start a business very well and have clients, a very good number of clients? Do you know how to do business with multinationals like CNOOC? What are you supposed to do? What are the requirements? You know, in the beginning, we talked about taxation. We have learned about VAT, EFRIS, marketing and branding. But now, Shira is going to tell you, how do you plan for your business? Are you starting a business to make losses? Are you starting a business to be successful and get profits? Or are you starting a business to make sure very many other Ugandans are employed? So here we will be learning this. Just continue sharing the link and make sure that everyone really learns from the experts. So you are welcome back to our live stream to the CNOOC Online Enterprise Development Program. Shira, thank you for lecturing and training these SMEs, they are learning and they are following. So I request that we chip in the next topic immediately.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. For this session, we are going to look at how do you plan your business, what is needed in a business plan. It's important for you to plan your business. We're also going to look at how do you model your business. You need a business model. How do you develop a business model for your particular business? We'll also look at how do you get, what are the financing options that are available? How do you fund your business? And also we'll look at leveraging technology. One of the viewers had earlier asked, how is technology being leveraged in the oil and gas? We'll also be looking at how you can leverage technology in your business, but also specifically in the oil and gas. Lastly, how do you build a support network? It's very, very critical. So to begin with, we will start with business planning. First of all, why do you need to plan your business? Benjamin Franklin made a statement that if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Having a very good idea does not guarantee success. You need to plan your business so that you can have guaranteed success. You need to know, what am I looking at? What is my idea? What do I want? Where do I want to go first of all? When you have established your vision, where do I want to go? It is the plan that's going to take you from where you're at right now to where you want to go. Okay? So we want to share with you the contents of a business plan. As I earlier mentioned, if you met an investor, a potential investor, a rich person, and he asked you, what are you doing? Do you have a plan that you can share with them, that they can finance? Some people, the moment you start asking what your business about, they will start scratching their head. They do not know what their business is about. And then when you ask for a business plan, it will take forever for you to receive it. So how will you get funding if you don't have a business plan? So it is very important as a business owner to develop a business plan for your business. Okay? Very important, because it's the roadmap that takes you from where you're at to where you'd like to be, to what you'd like to achieve. It is the roadmap that takes you there. You can, if I'm to give a very simple example, if today you wake up and you want to travel to Masaka, you don't just wake up and go to Masaka. You need to have a plan on how you're going to go to Masaka. A plan will entail packing your clothes. Maybe, what are you going to do in Masaka? First of all, I'm going to visit this. So what do I need when I go to Masaka? I'm going to do this. So what do I need? I need to pack this. I need to pack this. How am I going to go to Masaka? Am I going to use a taxi? Am I going to use a bus? Am I going to use private means? All that comes into what we call planning. You need to plan your business, okay? So that you have a clear understanding of what you need, where you're going, and it will guide you. It is the roadmap that is going to guide you to where you would like to take your business. So we want to share with you contents of a business plan. What does your business plan need to entail? First of all, an executive summary, an overview of your mission, your statement, your objectives. What is the mission of your business? What is the vision of your business? What are the objectives of your business? Yeah? What do you stand for? What are the values that you stand for as a company? I mean, as a business or as a company. You need to be sharing in the executive summary. You need to also share what is the business opportunity that you are proposing. And that's where you're bringing in, like what we discussed earlier. Is there a problem that your business is solving? Is there a trend that your business is trying to address? Yeah, to jump onto a trend that it's jumping onto, or a problem that it's trying to address. Yeah, so you need to be able to explain your business opportunity. You need to give financial projections. What do you anticipate to get out of this business? And if you do, if you're writing this business plan to be able to secure funding, you need to also state what funding that you expect. What funding is going to be able to help you to take your business to where you want it to go. You need to describe your company. Why did you start your company? The business structure you have. What is the legal structure of your company? Is it a sole proprietorship? Is it a partnership? Is it a limited liability? Limited liability company. All that needs to be included. What is the legal status? Are you registered? First of all, we have talked about business registration. If you're seeking for funding and you're not registered, you'll not get any funding. So your registration is also going to come in. You're going to state how your business is registered. Okay? You're going to state the business history, as we've said. Explain why the business was founded. Why and how it was founded. What is the mission and the vision? When you're done with that, you're going to include your market analysis. What did you conduct? All this, you are writing your business plan. What did you conduct to begin this business? What was the industry overview? What is your target market? Who are you targeting in your opportunity? What is the competitive analysis? If you are targeting a particular line of business, who are the competitors in that business? And what is the competitive analysis that you've conducted? It is very critical for you to include it. It is also critical for you to indicate the organizational structure. Like my business has 10 people, and of the 10 people, 1 is in charge of operations, 1 is in charge of social media, marketing, branding, sales, 1 is in charge of communication. You know your company better, you know your business better. So it is important for you to indicate your organizational structure. Both the full organization as well as your management as well as advisory board, if applicable. If you have an advisory board, it's very good to indicate who advises, who is on your advisory board as a company or as a business. Very important. Why did you exist? Is the product or service that you're offering. What is the product you're offering? What development stage is it at? Is it a completed product or is it a product that will require manufacturing? All that needs to be very specific, as well as intellectual property. If you have purchased intellectual property from someone, you definitely need to indicate it. You need to indicate the marketing and sales strategy of your business. What is your marketing plan for your company or business? What is your sales strategy? How do you manage your customer relationships? Is also extremely important for you to note in your business plan. If you are seeking for funding, you will need to indicate the funding need for your business. You will need to indicate the future funding requirement. Sometimes you will start a business and maybe at the moment, at the stage your business is at, you may not need funding, but maybe at a later time, you will need funding. Or sometimes you may need funding, but it has to be in installments. So you need to indicate that for now, I will need this amount of money, this funding for this stage, and maybe at a later stage, I will need this amount funding requirement. And also, if you have intentions to repay, you will have to indicate how you are going to repay, in what period you're going to repay, and basically how you intend to repay. Maybe you're repaying in terms of a stake in the company, or you're repaying in terms of profits, whichever style you choose. You will have to indicate it if you need to repay back. Lastly but not least, as we've said, financial projections. What is the revenue model? How are you going to make money? How are you going to make income? What are your financial statements? You remember we have been discussing the need for you to register your business. So you need your business to be registered such that you're even able to open for it an account. Yeah, and you're able to generate financial statements for it. Because you will find that oftentimes by the time you're seeking maybe funding from an investor or a company, or as our viewers earlier on asked, how do you partner with these big companies? If you're to seek partnership like that, you will need to demonstrate your financial position as a business, and also definitely your break-even point. Break-even is at what point of my investment do I make money to cover the costs. Yeah, so you will need to include that, and any other supporting documentation you may need to include in your business plan. So viewers, we are encouraging you not to run a business haphazardly, to run a business with intention. And how are you going to run it with intention? Have a plan. I find that very many business people, small business, especially sole proprietors, have challenges documenting certain information like this. They feel like, okay, I'll just wake up and open my shop, grocery shop, sell this, buy what. But it is important to be formal. It is important to have all this information documented, because it helps you tomorrow when you want to expand, when you want to expand into new areas of business, new areas of products, new areas of services, or for you to assess, how have I been working? How have I been performing in this business? I started this business 5 years ago. Is it making money? I mean, is it taking me to my vision or not? So it's very important to be extremely intentional about documenting your business plan. It will drive you. It will drive your intentions. It will drive you to push, to even be able to recognize that, hey, I will need the other kind of partnership. It will drive you when you have a plan. But if you do not have a plan, you're planning to fail, as we shared by Benjamin Franklin. You're planning to fail. Because if you don't have a plan, you'll be taken up by anything. Today, someone else will tell you, this is not working. Come and invest here. And you will run and invest in the other side. So you need a plan. Okay? So very quickly, you need to be clear and concise. You need to use data. Don't just use head information. Don't just use emotions, feelings, that I think this is it. No, you need to use data, real data, to come up with your plan. You need to review and revisit it, edit it, eliminate any errors. We are giving you tips on how you can partner with those companies, because anybody you attempt to partner with will be interested in seeing your business plan. And if your business plan does not have information, does not have data, statistics, they always say numbers don't lie. Yeah, your business has to have numbers. It has to have statistics. Numbers don't lie. And any investor or any potential partner would want to know, how have you been performing? And of course, you can polish, you can do your business plan, and you seek counsel from other specialists on how to improve your plan. You can seek feedback on mentors, from advisors, from industry experts on how to refine your plan, such that your plan speaks to what you are trying to project. This is a bit, as we said, one of the contents of your business plan is actually your product proposition. What are the products that you are offering? What are the services that you are offering? So we wanted to share with you just high level of how do you create a value proposition of your product. As we've been emphasizing, understand the market, understand the customer, conduct research, understand your customers, segment your customers, I'll tell you, however much we are all humans here, you'll find that my needs are different from Michael's needs. They are different from Michael's needs. So you need to understand and segment your customers, okay? So like us bankers, banking industry, we normally have segments. We have companies, we have individuals who are high-end, we have small and medium businesses, we have also the retail mass, okay? We have the retail mass. Okay, we have the retail mass. So you need to segment your customers because each customer's need is different. So as you're coming up with a value proposition, segment your customers. Know which customer needs what, okay? And then create their profiles. Analyze competition. We can't emphasize that enough because you're not running business in as an individual alone. You need to analyze your competition. What are they doing? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Get a big player. Get one who is doing well. Like we normally call it, the top in the class. Get the top in the class in that particular segment. What are they doing that you could also adopt doing, okay? Then you need to benchmark, which is what we are talking about, analyzing your competition, benchmarking, such that you're able to create a proposition that will be unique. We can't emphasize the unique aspect a lot because you need to identify what makes your solution unique. What makes you unique? If you're opening a mobile money shop and even next days, okay, you're opening a hotel in the Albertine region. There are several hotels. What is going to make yours unique? If you're opening a salon in the Albertine region, what is going to make yours unique? Develop a clear value proposition. Be very clear and concise. Ensure that your value proposition addresses a specific need and pain. Ensure that your value proposition addresses a specific need and pain. Quantify your benefits. Yeah? Quantify your benefits. What is it going to be like? What I'm projecting that I'm going to have 10,000 customers. And out of the 10,000 customers, I am going to sell this number of products. And out of this is what is going to happen. That's what we mean. Quantify your benefits. Test and validate your proposition. Now you have come out of creating, now you're testing it. You need to gather feedback from potential customers. You need to refine your proposition based on the feedback that the customers give you. Communicate your proposition effectively. Now all this we are just telling you, it's an end-to-end of how you create your proposition, you implement your proposition, and then you monitor your proposition. Now all this is feeding into just one aspect that we discussed, the business plan, content of your product and service proposition. So you need to be extremely detailed on your analysis and your competition analysis, as well as your market analysis, as well as what makes your product unique, what are the benefits of your product, and what are you anticipating to gain. Okay, so now that we have understood how to plan the business, as we said, without planning, you're planning to fail. Without a plan, you're planning to fail. Don't just because you have a small and medium enterprise, don't just say that for me I have a hotel and we offer accommodation. Be specific. And that's why we are saying plan your business. Plan your business. Okay, I have a hotel that can accommodate 100 people. So today, is that what you want. You want to only accommodate 100 people. What are the plans you have put in place to increase your scope, to increase and accommodate 1,000 people? So that is why we are emphasizing the need to plan your business. Most important, also as an aspect, as a subset of planning even your business, is to have a business model. You need to develop a business model. That is your operating model. How are you operating as a business? Yeah. And if you have a business at this point in time, if you didn't get a pen and paper, I want you to get a pen and paper and take note of these aspects. Okay? Because very many people start up businesses, but they have no idea. They are just running around. Operation. They are just running around operating the business, but they are not structured in operating the business. I found out that, you see, it's very easy for us to say, oh, those very rich people, they are just lucky. Let me tell you, most of those big enterprises, most of those industries, most of those big companies, most of those businesses are extremely organized. Extremely organized. It is not like they are waking up and operating. No, they are extremely organized. And that's why they have they've developed ideas and gone from small, from just a dream or an idea into being a multi-million business. They are extremely organized. They don't just take things for granted. They don't just wake up and open the shop. They are meticulous. They are intentional. And that's what we are trying to encourage you to do. So I need you to, if you have a pen and paper, you need to write down, to model your business. Number one, who are your key partners? The people you can't do business without. Write them down. Who are the people you cannot do business without? Write your key partners. Number two, what are the key activities that you do every day to run your business? I wake up, I have to sell my, when I open my store, I have to sell this. When I open my hotel, we receive guests, we give them accommodation, then those very guests, we give them lunch, we give them, that is basically writing down your key activities. I have a pharmacy, I wake up, we do stock taking in the pharmacy, we write down the medicines that were purchased yesterday, the ones that we purchased, the ones that we've sold off, stock taking. I'm impressed by this pharmacy called Fast Pharmacy. It has grown so big. That's why I'm telling you that as a business owner, you have to be intentional. You have to be structured for you to run your business to greater heights. So what are the activities that you do to run your business? What are the key resources you have? Who are the people who are working with you? What knowledge do they have to work with you? What money do you need to run your business? Very important. What money do you need and what money do you have to run your business? Who are the people who you need to run your business? What is the value proposition? What we've just discussed. Yeah? What is the value proposition? What are the products and services that you're offering? What is your niche, your target niche? Are you just selling to anybody or you have a specific niche? What is your niche? Yeah? Who are your customers? Who are your customers? Very important. Who are the top 3 segments of your customers? Some of us, we are running business, but we don't know who we are targeting. We are just, we don't know who we are targeting. Who are your top customers? What is the cost structure? What are your top costs? What do you spend on? Yeah? What do you spend on as a business? You find that sometimes maybe your operating costs are even higher than, and then you ask yourself, if my costs are very high, how do I optimize my processing? How do I optimize my operation such that I minimize my costs? What are my revenue streams as a business? If I am selling, for example, I have seen maybe you have a hotel, and even at that hotel, you're also having an agent seated there doing mobile money. Then you even have maybe a salon at the hotel for hair and nails, for instance. So you ask yourself, what is the top income generating business that I'm handling? Or if you have a particular business, but you have several product lines, that is also a good question to ask yourself. Which product line is making you the most amount of money? What are the channels you're using to communicate with your customer? And how do you deliver your value proposition? We're encouraging you to stretch out your business model. Get a piece of paper and write down all these things. What is it going to help you? This model is going to help you analyze your business better. It is going to help you to be able to strategize for your business. You will be able to see that I need to minimize my costs. Which particular cost line is shooting my costs high? This line, transportation. How do I minimize transportation? Do I buy a car that will be transporting these goods instead of depending on commercial, transportation that I'm paying? It will be able to help you to strategize that for sure I am investing a lot more in this particular line of product, but yet in the streamlines of revenue, it is my least making product. So I don't need to invest more in it. If I'm to bring it to a grocery store, you're buying rice, posho, soap, whatever, and then you find that of all those things, it's mainly rice that is fast moving. So you need this modeling is going to help you analyze your business better and be able to strategize your business better, formulate strategy that will take your business from one end to the other. Okay, so it's very important once you have developed your business model, it's very important that you test your model. Is it working? Where can I tweak it? Where can I refine it? Then you refine your business and pivot your idea. You keep refining it. As I said, the model is going to show you so many things about your business, and it will help you direct your actions into your business. Yeah? So, one of the most critical aspects that we've also decided to share with you today is financing and funding of your business. How do you fund your business? Statistics will show you that approximately 32% of small businesses fall in the first 2 years. About 51%, approximately 32% of small businesses fall in the first 2 years. About 51% fall within 5 years. About 66% fail within 10 years. And roughly 74% fail within 15 years. Statistics are showing you a very big number of businesses actually fail. But why do they fail? We've established that there are certain common areas across many. One, the biggest issue affecting the small and medium enterprises is the lack of capital, stroke funding. Most businesses start and they don't have enough capital to run their business. Okay? Entrepreneurs, and what are we proposing? Number one, you should maintain a proper record keeping of your sales and revenue for you to be able to track your working capital, to track your expenses. As we said, if you don't track your expenses, you will not have even your initial capital will be depleted. Okay? You need to have adequate pricing of your product and services. You need to have, don't be an entrepreneur who is out to cheat. It will catch up with you. It will catch up with you. You need to have financial management skills as an entrepreneur. So that sometimes it's not even just the lack of capital, but it's the lack of financial management that gets a business to fail. Okay? And that's why you see inadequate management. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to manage your finances. You don't have the right skills, and you haven't even hired the right people. You don't have the right skills as an individual, and you haven't even hired the right people. So you need to be someone who hires the right people. Okay? Investing in knowledge, and also we've already discussed effective business planning. We don't need to repeat it. It's important for you to plan your business. Very, very important. And lastly but not least, marketing slips. My colleague already spoke about marketing and sales, so we will not need to waste time on that. So there are several ways in which you could fund your business. Very quickly, you could get a company to partner with, venture capital, where the company invests with you in your startup, and then you discuss and agree a share of capital, of equity, of ownership. Okay? You could get one particular investor, an angel investor, a wealthy individual to invest in your business. Or you could crowdfund. Crowdfunding is basically raising small amounts of money from large number of people. It's interesting how we Africans will sit down and crowdfund for a wedding, crowdfund for several other things, but we cannot crowdfund for a business. So it's important you could raise your funds for the business by collecting small amounts of money from large number of people. Financing also can be from a financial institution. We have so many banks today, and they are offering several financing opportunities. There are business loans and overdrafts. There are development facilities where they will finance you to maybe purchase land for your business, purchase equipment for your business. There are insurance premium facilities where the banks will finance you to have insurance cover your business, your operation. There is distributor finance where the bank will finance you to supply, it will give you supplier guarantees that you're able to share with your suppliers. There are trade finance facilities as well, where the bank will give you letters of credit, it will give you unsecured bid bonds. There are so many, yeah? All you need to do, and most important, advisory services. The financial institutions are there to give you advisory services. So you can approach the bank with your idea, business idea, and the bank is able to advise you how to raise money. And most important, the financial institution offers you systems and automation. As we've said, if you're in need of funding, you will definitely need to present statistics, and the bank will help you with automation and, of course, systems. But the bank has requirements. Very quickly, for financing SMEs, you need a business plan. I hope you're seeing why we even began with a business plan. Without a business plan, you will not be able to get financing. You need a business plan, and with a business plan, you will definitely be able to articulate why you want a loan. Okay? And you see, everything is tied together. If you have a business plan and you've modeled your business, you're able to see that what is missing is maybe I need to purchase equipment. Yeah? So it will be very critical for you to be able to articulate the purpose for your loan. You will need financial statements, credit history, legal status, to demonstrate legal status, that is the business license. You registered your business. If you didn't register your business, you're unable to get funding. Tax returns, and of course, additional documentation. Having said that, one of the viewers asked about technology. We want to learn how to leverage technology. Okay? Very quickly, technology has advanced and impacted entrepreneurship to a very large extent. Technology has increased efficiency and productivity. It has enhanced communication and collaboration. Data, in today's world, there is something we call triple D. Yeah? Data-driven decision making. Very, very important. Data-driven decision making. And technology enables you to have data-driven decision making. yeah, as a company. Technology helps you to improve customer experience, yeah, to improve customer experience. Technology helps you to improve the experience. Technology helps you to have access to global markets. This technology cannot be over-explained. I always want to give the example of how COVID affected business. When COVID hit the world, those who had positioned, those businesses that had positioned themselves technology-wise, they felt the impact, but to a small extent. So today, as a business, you really need to think, how do I embrace technology in my operations? How do I embrace it in what I'm doing? Technology has improved innovation. It has reduced costs. It has enhanced security, because as you're running business, of course, you must have security, okay? It has enabled motivated workforce, but also it has enabled sustainability and environmental impact. A question from a viewer earlier on asked us, how has technology been utilized in the oil and gas industry? It's interesting how it has been utilized. One, there has been there's been data analytics, yeah. Technology has aided in analyzing data, analyzing big data, utilizing AI, which is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is being used. There are companies now that are using artificial intelligence to predict maintenance, for example, predictive maintenance of equipment, yeah, predictive maintenance of equipment, to tell that, okay, this equipment, there is downtime, reducing downtime. How do we, it's about maintenance needs to be improved, it needs to be maintained, it needs to be updated. All this technology is able to predict it before any incident happens, okay? Operational optimization. Technology is helping to optimize processes right now, even in the oil and gas sector. Operational monitoring. As we mentioned earlier on, there's been companies that have employed drones to help with surveying pipelines and platforms, providing high-resolution imagery, reducing the need for manual inspections. Yeah? There's been environmental monitoring as a result of technology, Internet of Things as a result of technology, to give real-time monitoring of wells, oil wells, and equipment. There's been automation. There are countries that have automated drilling. Yeah? Countries that are developed, they've automated drilling. It's a machine to automate, yeah, with use of robots. There are mobile applications. In the earlier session, we shared a company from South Africa that has actually brought a mobile application that is able to tell you the field, to collect field information, how, and also real-time field data collection, and able to help with data decision, safety monitoring, yeah? So automation and digitalization of operations, basically. In the earlier session, we actually showed you even how a company has automated the supply chain, yeah, through a process. So to mention but a few, these are the ways in which oil technology has been utilized in technology. Technology has been utilized in the oil and gas industry, yeah. As we mentioned, the impact, continuous monitoring of parameters to make sure that there is optimization of equipment and processing. We have systems can be shut down easily due to the AI. Like you have information already, in case there are abnormalities, you're able to shut down, and AI is predicting the maintenance, yeah. So these advanced technology measures have actually revolutionized the sector. Some of them may not be here right now, but I believe in the next coming seasons or periods, they are actually going to be adopted even in the country. So, as we said earlier on, as we shared, there are countries that are advanced in this sector. Nigeria has a company called Vortex. This company developed a platform that analyzes real-time data, optimizing production, optimizing equipment health, monitoring equipment health, and improving supply chain. This is a company that looked at, that merged data analytics and software, and it is doing that. I told you earlier on, there is a company that is operating in several African countries, Geo Oil and Gas, that has adopted the use of drones. Yeah, these drones are able to view, to give aerial view of the wells, of the oil wells. They are able to give inspection, aerial view of inspection. And you know, the advantage of technology is that today with humans, you can either fall sick and not work, but technology will work. It doesn't have relatives who have died. It's not sick. So technology will work. It will give you service 24/7. So a company like Geo has adopted drone technology that is helping with monitoring. There is another one called Dabadoc. It analyzed the challenge of document management in this sector. These are examples, and as I told you, there are countries that are well advanced ahead of us, and we can study, learn from them. So this company came up with a system that automates document management, and this has helped to ensure that all necessary documents are easily accessible and up to date, because the oil and gas sector is extremely regularized, and it has standards. So this helps you with compliance. Okay, there is a Petro AI, a South African startup that is utilizing artificial intelligence to optimize oil production. Petro AI developed a machine learning platform that is analyzing production data to provide insights on optimizing drilling processes and predicting maintenance needs. This algorithm is helping to identify patterns that humans might miss. So I just want to tell you that today the whole world is going technology-wise. The whole world is going digital. Today, if you go to your WhatsApp, you'll actually even see Meta AI. AI has been put even on your WhatsApp to help you see, and any information you want to pick, you're able to go to AI and to access it. So it's very critical for us to embrace technology in whatever we are doing, whether you're in oil and gas or another sector. It's important for you to embrace technology. Lastly but not least, we want to build a strong network. Okay? We want to build a strong network. As a business owner, you're not going to work alone. We mentioned that it's important that you network and collaborate. So it's important that you network for success. It's important that you build a support network. And how are you going to build a support network? One, you must utilize the networking events effectively. Effectively utilize networking events. Okay? If there are events happening in the industry, please make sure you utilize these events. Make sure you make time for them. Go and meet people, discuss with people, learn from people. It's very, very important for you, for your success. Number two, you must leverage digital platforms, as we've said. Social media. I mentioned earlier on that one of the most powerful tools you have in your hands is your phone, is your cell phone. Who are you connecting with on your cell phone? Today, the world has gone global, that even if you are Ugandan, you can actually find yourself networking with even an American, with even whoever. The world has gone global. So it's very easy for you to leverage the digital platforms to improve on your networking. Very, very easy for you to leverage the digital platform to improve on your connections. Okay? Lastly but not least, you need to create meaningful relationships. I one time had a statement by a man saying that I will look at the top 5 people that you deal with, and I'll tell you your future. I will look at the top 5 people you're connecting with, and I will tell you your future. So who are you connecting with? What are your relationships? Your relationships will take you mileage. It will take you far, or it will destroy you. I will look at the top 5 people you're connecting with, and I will tell you your future. So it is important to create meaningful relationships. As I conclude, I want to encourage all of us. Entrepreneurship is not a walk in the park, but we have seen so many people go ahead of us, and some practically show us that, one, it's never easy, but never give up. I want to conclude with this last quote from the inventor, the founder of a bulb. Today we look at bulbs in our homes, but there was a man who was behind that science, that inventory. There was a man behind that innovation, a man called Thomas A. Edison. This man, by the time he invented the bulb, he had actually failed 10,000 times. 10,000 times. But then he said, I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work. So I want to encourage all of you, viewers, that do not look at your idea and despise it. There's one of the greatest books that says, do not despise your humble beginnings. Yeah? Small beginnings. Do not despise it. Have faith in yourself and also believe. This man has invented 10,000. He said he found 10,000 ways that would not work. At the end of it all, he invented the bulb. And today we talk about him. So we are waiting to talk about you with your good idea. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with us. Remember, it is the CNOOC Online Enterprise Development Program that is still happening. We have consultants here training you, and I thank you, Shira Kasemili, for really giving our audience a very, very, very good topic, an enterprising topic, because we are talking about entrepreneurship and how to do business. And right here, you've heard and you've learned quite a lot. How do you plan for your business? You know, we've been talking about business planning, and Shira has been trying to tell you, where are you supposed to plan? How are you supposed to plan your business? Where is your business supposed to be? Are you dealing in a bar business and you're putting it close to a mosque? Are you having a pork joint and you want it around Kawempe, where you know the people in Kawempe don't tolerate such? So she's trying to teach you. She's trying to train you, coach you, mentor you, so that you know where your business is supposed to be. And what kind of business are you supposed to put in a particular area? Are you supposed to like take Sheraton and put it close to the tax park? Will those people manage, people who use taxis, will they manage the buffet? You're selling a buffet at 50K. And that buffet, you want to sell it in Owino. Do you think the people in Owino will buy your buffet at 50K? So that is what Shira is trying to teach us about. And I think for those that have been following, you have learned quite a lot. I see many of you are still following the live stream. I see here our favorite viewers. We have our favorite viewers. who are still here. Gloria, I see you, Gloria, you're still on. I see Hati Bukimbowa, the volume is low. Capoeira Evelyn, I think they have sorted that. Juliana Otim Nalika, she says, well in, Shira, thank you. Desire Kamanzi, super presentation, Shira and the team. Shira Kabandize, also says, thank you. Musinguzi Ian Paul, interesting, good work. Yvonne Kamukama, this was a very nice presentation, very educational, thank you. Naeva Hilda, thanks for the presentation. People, I want you to send in questions where you've not understood. If you don't send in questions, that means you have really understood Shira very well, and you people are doing something great, and you'll continue doing something great. You'll create businesses that last, businesses in places where they're supposed to be. And when it comes to the oil and gas sector, you really understand what is required in the Alberta, in what is required in the sector, and you'll be doing business that relates well with the sector, because you don't want to have businesses like someone is saying, you know, there is a famous, some famous things that they already say, like Mulondo. You want to take a lot of Mulondo in the Alberta. In such business will not like last for long, because it's not the business that is supposed to be. We have Shalto Loki, AI. Shalto Loki is saying AI helping drive companies has grown exponentially throughout the years. Thank you for that insight. Okay, that was just a comment. Wanyana Lydia, good morning, Shira. How does an SME adopt technology considering budget constraints? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Lydia, for that wonderful question. Today, sometimes the technology, when we talk about technology, we may think of those very big and expensive applications. But even a simple thing as adapting Excel, okay? Buying a laptop, for example, for your business, buying a laptop for your business, and being able to record your sales, your revenue, whatever you're making in a simple Excel sheet, for example. Yeah, there are tools online. As I told you, we live in a digital era. There is a lot of information online. There are very many online free tools that actually even help your business. So you can actually go online. For example, if you want to have let me say even a business plan template, they are available online. You just go to Google and you put in business plan template, and you will get very many templates. Even as simple as there's a rich man who I had say that for him, he approaches his business as a project. Yeah, and there is an app called Smart Sheets. Yeah, free. You just go online and you put in exactly what you want. I want a sales model. I want this, and all that will come up online. So let us embrace technology, not only thinking that, oh, you talked about technology, now I have to look for someone who can develop for me an application that will cost me a lot of money. No, they are free online tools that you can actually utilize for your business.
You've talked about those online tools that people can use, like when it comes to business. But for a local person out there in the Alberta, in those people in the SMEs, when you talk about business planning, you've talked about the various aspects of how to plan for business. But you have, there's something that I want you to hint on. Yes, as we plan in relation to multinationals, do these multinationals really like collaborating with small companies?
Yes, some are open to collaborating with small companies, just like we've discussed. And I believe that's the essence of this training, okay? Such that we encourage out there anybody who wants to enroll into entrepreneurship. As we've said, very critical for you to note is what do you want to offer? What service do you want to offer? And 2, who do you want to offer it to? 3, identify who, like for example, the multinational that is dealing in that particular segment. Okay? The multinational dealing in that area. Then once you've identified the multinational dealing in that area, formulate your business idea very well, formulate your business plan very well, formulate your model very well, your proposal, your proposition very well, and present. Let's not fear. And my colleague talked about the pre-bidding and encouraged you not to fear. Sometimes you just fear, but yet an opportunity could be there. So you can present your business plan, your model, and you never know that a company, in as much as you feel it is big up there, could be willing to partner with you. As long as you're organized, you've come up with your, not just presenting a paper, just one piece of paper, saying, I want to do this. No, be meticulous, be detailed in your information, and then present your proposal to the multinational. I'll tell you, personally, I'm in the banking sector. And my particular role as a project manager, for example, is we receive certain ideas from certain people who want to partner with the bank, and then we evaluate these ideas, and some of these ideas are actually materialized based on the proposals that that particular individual has presented. So just to show you that in as much as you're a small and medium enterprise, there is opportunity for you to partner with a multinational if you're able to structure your business well. Structure it, document it well, register it. Okay? Have your idea, qualify your idea, register your business, have a business plan that is an interesting business plan, have a model, a business model, everything we've discussed, Michael. Have a business model, strong business model, and then present your proposal to the multinational. And once you present it, maybe they may call you to present what you intend to do. Once you present, you never know. The partnership could be obtained.
Now, there are questions that are coming in, and there is one about financial management here. Someone is asking a question here. Do businesses have succession plans?
They should. That's a very good question. And you see, that's why we're encouraging every business owner to model your business. Not to just have it theoretical in your head, but modeling your business. You must have succession planning. Succession planning is, what is my continuity as a business? What do I intend? How do I have continuity? And continuity should be addressed in several areas. It should be addressed in terms of even premise. Okay? For example, today, if you have your business, a hotel, maybe a hotel in this area, and the building gets caught by fire, what is your business continuity? That's why you see some people will invest in insurance in some of their businesses. Okay? So you need to have continuity of your operations. If I'm relying my production on particular equipment, is that equipment having continuity? By continuity, do I maintain it on time? And if, for example, the particular machine has run out, is unable to give me service, have I prepared myself for disaster to be able, to be able to plan for continuity? Continuity is a very strong aspect for business. And I believe even COVID showed us as a country as well as the world, it showed us the importance of you having continuity, and you must address it across your business premises, your production lines, the people themselves. You know, sometimes we may plan for continuity, for premise, for operations, but forget people. Today, if you have a head of operations and he leaves your business, what is your continuity? What is your continuity plan? So it's very, very important to plan for continuity. Which is succession planning, basically.
Okay, succession planning. When you talk about succession planning, does this one also come in, like, for example, if let's talk about the exit plan. Maybe a business wants to exit. Can we talk about the acquisition or merger? Like, I've had my business and I feel like I need to leave. I don't have enough money. Can I merge it with some other SME around so that we are one and we do very good business?
Very good idea. It's one of the exit strategies that you could have. You could partner so that you're able to maybe continue your initiative, or you could sell your business, for example. And if you're tired, as you said, exit strategy, you could sell off your assets, your business as an entity. And once you sell it as an entity, maybe you utilize that very capital to start up a new line of business.
Now let's talk about, like, especially risk and management. What are there some contingency plans in place being available by banks, like, for example, you who is in the banking sector? Are there contingency plans for these businesses?
Okay, we encourage you to adopt insurance products, insurance facilities. As we shared, one of the facilities that the bank will offer to any business is insurance premium. Insurance premium is basically how do you structure your business to cover the risks, what insurance will cover. For example, if your business is liable to, for instance, if you are manufacturing maybe mattresses. Today, if your whole place caught fire, what is the insurance cover that you have? So all financial institutions have actually these products that are tailor-made for insurance to cover, to help you cover, to help you with insurance covers for your business and your business operations. So we're encouraging you to utilize these opportunities. Okay, utilize the financial institutions, utilize the insurance companies, but make sure, as you have stated, to cover yourself, to cover the risks, and have insurance.
Okay, as we wind up, what do you think are the requirements for, what are the day-to-day requirements for a business that you think they are a day-to-day requirement for a business, that when I start up business, this is what I must have every day. Like for these SMEs, you are doing business with CNOOC. What are you required of, like, every day?
You need working capital, definitely. Which working capital is your, how much you're using on a daily to make money. So you need working capital, definitely. You need people, definitely, to run what you are, whatever business you're doing. You need people. You can't work alone. Even if we have machines, there are certain services that have to be offered by human beings. You will definitely need some sort of machinery. Some sort. It may not be huge, but to a small extent you may need. For example, you may have your business, maybe you have a small hotel, as I've said. You need a system, a sort of system that checks in people as they are coming into your hotel, or even a pharmacy. Let me give a pharmacy as an example. You will need a sort of machine that helps you to take note of what stock you have. So you need some level of machinery. It may not be big, but some level of machinery. You will definitely need to have, as I said, operational capital that helps you to run your business. For example, if you're developing a product or service, you need all the raw materials for that particular product or service.
So now here we get back to your profession.
Yes.
As a banker, the cost of financing in Uganda is still high. You already know.
Yes.
So, as a banker, share the reasons why borrowing is too costly.
Wow, interesting. Borrowing has an aspect of risk. Yeah? Borrowing has an aspect of risk. It is high, but not higher than money lenders. That's one thing I want all of you viewers to know. Borrowing is high, but not to the extent of money lenders. But why is it high? It is high because of the risk. We lend money as a financial institution. It lends money. It does not lend money to expecting to lose the money. It is not an NGO. And that's the difference between NGO and a financial institution. A bank will lend you money to also make money. So that's why the cost of borrowing is definitely going to be high. But also one thing I want to encourage the viewers is that there are products that you as a business need to utilize, okay? There is a certain level that you can get as a company where you get to negotiate certain percentages, get to negotiate certain rates. But of course, it's not to 0%, no. You will definitely sit down with your banker and get to negotiate a certain rate, okay? But as a bank, we also are given a base rate from central bank below which we cannot lend, okay? And all this is because of the risk associated with the lending aspect. We are lending you money. You may return it or you may not return it. So there's a risk involved. And because there's a risk involved, there has to be an interest rate involved.
Thank you, Shira. And our viewers, thank you for watching us here. I'll just like to highlight a few points that I have really noted out of this training. Shira has talked about the importance of having a clear vision and mission for guiding business strategy and operations. She talked about market research, understanding the target market and competitive landscape. She also talked about the realistic financial projections, creating a realistic and well-supported financial projection helps in setting achievable goals and securing very good funding. She talked about flexibility and adaptability, being open to adjusting the business plan in response to changing market conditions. You remember, during COVID, things had to change. Stakeholder engagement, continuous monitoring and evaluation, risk management, and learning from failure, and maybe professional development. So, to you, our viewers that have been here since we began at 9, and those that have been watching us from the time we started on Monday last week, the CNOOC online enterprise development program is still going on. We shall have very many other trainings throughout the week, and I just request that remain with that very link. It is the link that we shall be using throughout this week. We still have more topics that you guys will be learning from, human resource, health, and all that. So you'll be learning quite a lot of stuff. So continue viewing these videos. These videos remain there on our YouTube. You can go back if you've missed the lecture. Go back and review. I thank you, Shira. I think you will just say bye-bye to our viewers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, viewers, for your attention to the training. We wish you the best on your journey, and we're encouraging you to start the entrepreneur journey if you've not yet started, and if you're already on it, we just want to encourage you to continue doing so. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching us. It's been Michael hosting this. I hope we meet tomorrow at exactly 9 as we sum up with some of the topics that we'll be having. Thanks for watching us. Let's catch up tomorrow, same time. Bye-bye.
A rig is a group of equipment that we assemble, we test, and then we commission or operationalize to help us dig the wells, have them under control, have them completed, and get them ready for the production phase.
We have built capacity to handle equipment from the ship up to the last mile in the Kingfisher.
The convoys have been in the range of 15 to 20 trucks and driving all the way from Mombasa to Malaba in about 3 days. Then they would come from Malaba to Mukono, spend a night, then early morning